please don't forget my neighbor. Please don't forget my friends. Please don't forget my parents. Bless all of us. Love it. 14 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. Welcome to the golden hour of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa. And we continue the conversations of good life living. And we take it to the polo fields, where a bit of class, a bit of elegance and a bit of fashion is going to come together with sport, and that is the polo. Personally, I've never been to the polo. I've seen it on television, but I think it's quite a spectacle. And especially if now we're involving 8 different nations on the African continent. Can you imagine the colors, the vibrancy of the day?
It's going to be stunning as elegance meets the excitement of the polo. It makes a return to the city of Johannesburg in South Africa, but it's a continental gathering, as Tebogo has already alluded to the fact that so many nations are going to be under one sky, if we could put it that way. Okay, for the Africa Cup for this year 2025, it's taking place on Sunday the 19th of October at a venue known as Inanda Polo Club. So the 8 nations we're talking about, South Africa is one of them, Angola, Tanzania, Ghana, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, as well as Zambia, and Kenya is on the list as well. So we're looking here at something that is more than just a tournament. Okay, the Africa Cup has become a defining moment for African sport, celebrating teamwork and tradition in a setting that really embodies sophistication. So it goes beyond competing, but also about unity and heritage. Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation about this particular event as it brings these nations together. Nicole Lee Watson is joining us in her capacity as Head of Marketing and Communications at City Polo. Nicole, welcome to Channel Africa. Pleasure to have you on the show. Welcome.
Thank you. What a warm welcome, and hello to Africa and
Yes.
Channel Africa. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we are absolutely amazing, Nicole. Thanks for asking. We're very excited. I mean, just swirling all those words around in my mouth got me so excited. So let's talk about how the event has evolved. Perhaps you can give us just a short history of the Africa Cup, what it's all about, and how it's become such a prestigious polo tournament.
Geez, so the event has essentially... Sorry for that.
No problem.
Am I back?
Yes, you're back. We can hear you.
Apologies. That's the problem when you have your devices connected onto one place.
Right.
So the event essentially has grown. It's been around for the past 20 years, and it's been right here in the heart of Sandton. Now, the problem is everyone perceives polo to be the rich white man's sport. So, access into the event, or the mystery behind how one gets a ticket or seat to be a spectator or a partaker in the culture of polo as a whole, we've gradually broken down those walls. And the sport has exponentially grown as we've seen amazing South African talent come through our ranks. Us at City Polo personally developed, amazing young talent. And it's quite exciting to see how we are now competing on the world stage. We are seeing a lot of our African teams giving Argentina's the best polo team globally, and we're giving them quite a run for their money. So the event essentially has evolved by becoming more inclusive. I think people are, more interested in what, the sport is about, and not only what the sport is about. I think it's more of an event that is more toned down. I won't make negative reference to the other sporting calendar events that happen in July, but essentially it's a more reserved event. It's a more you can hear each other speak, and it's beautiful. It's in the outdoors, and I think it's a more refined and quaint kind of event. So yeah, that's the differentiator. So we've grown. We are seeing amazing talent, and we are seeing more and more of our community wanting to come and spectate, wanting to find out about the sport, and also getting involved in the industry as a whole.
On the 19th of October, Africa Cup 2025 will be hosted at the Inanda Polo Club. 8 nations coming together: South Africa, Angola, Tanzania, Ghana, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Kenya. And we'll continue our conversation with the head of marketing and communications at City Polo, Nicole Lee Watson, right after this.
Call us on +27 63 406 9126.
I can see my whole world changing.
And contribute to the conversation.
Nicole sur Channel Africa.
Comment est-ce que les militants et sympathisants du parti, les transformateurs, ont-ils réagi face à la condamnation de Succès Masra?
La condamnation de Succès Masra ne nous a pas surpris et les militants transformateurs ont été bouleversés et indignés étant donné que le verdict est un verdict lourd, illégal, injuste et donc face à la répression dans laquelle le peuple tchadien est confronté, les militants transformateurs se sont résignés de ne pouvoir pas sortir manifester. Et donc, c'est une situation totalement absurde pour un pays. Et aujourd'hui, nous célébrons le 11 août, fête de l'indépendance. On pensait que le verdict allait être plus ou moins clément, mais le verdict est sévère.
Nicole, tous les dimanches sur Mix Vibration.
Mmatsheko, Mosito and Tebogo Lekhuleni on the upside.
20 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time, let's continue with our conversation with Nicole Lee Watson, the head of marketing and communications at City Polo, about the upcoming Africa Cup 2025 on the 19th of October at the iconic Inanda Polo Club. Nicole, and I know this is a basic question, but how does polo work? I'm so sorry, but I have to ask. I've never been to a polo match. I don't know what to expect. I hear it being used around. I've seen pictures and videos, mostly of the fashion of the day more than the actual sport. So polo as a sport, how does it work?
Okay, so I love this because this is essentially why we are saying come to the Clash of the Titans on the 19th of October here at Inanda, because you are going to find out that the polo game is in, like you would say, halves, right? So if we mirror the sport to soccer, there are 6 halves called chukkers.
Okay.
Chukka. So those are chukkers. Each chukka is played in 6-minute intervals, and depending on the handicap of the team or the goal of the team. So some polo matches are 4 goal, some are 8 goal, and that depends on essentially the tournament. So you play polo with a polo pony and a mallet. So the mallet is what looks like your hockey stick, right? And you are essentially, so the colloquial description of it is horse hockey. So you are maneuvering at high speeds, chasing a ball the size of a tennis ball, a bit bigger, across a field that is about 6 rugby fields combined.
Wow.
And you're scoring goals at high speeds. My partner Craig is looking across to me and he's like, I've butchered it. But I think for us, the for dummies TED Talk is that. But I will let Craig explain it properly so I don't mislead our African continent and community. So Craig, tell us how the sport of polo is played, sir, as a polo player himself.
Hello, Craig.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, guys.
How are you?
I've been raped. Very well.
You've literally been hijacked, but we want to hear. Yeah, how does it work? Tell us.
Well, I think Nikki did very well. Polo 101 that she gave there. It is a sport of elegance, speed, agility. It is about 6 rugby fields, soccer fields. There are 6 halves, chukkers, as she quite correctly said, and the polo stick is called a polo mat.
Okay.
There are 4 players on a side. Our horses travel at about 65 kilometers an hour. Now, for anyone that's ever watched horse racing, you would take the speed of a horse race, but then add a couple of stops and turns with 7 other guys on the field. So
Wow.
a team is made up of 4 players in a team. And we go tearing around the polo field chasing a small little ball. And the object of the game is to place that ball between 2 upright goalposts. And the team with the most goals scored at the end of a match, at the end of the 6 chukkers, would be the winner.
Okay, I'm sitting here thinking, why didn't I play polo? I love that. Thank you very much, Craig. We appreciate that explanation. Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah, I didn't want to mislead our public, guys, and then we're being dragged for misinformation.
And also, the beautiful thing is that your wonderful partner was right there to the rescue. Let's talk about making the sport more accessible and inclusive across the continent, Nicole, because these are very popular African nations that are taking part. Yeah, so talk to us about inclusivity in this regard.
So inclusivity, and it's one of my very big passions, is essentially coming from our backgrounds and coming from our families. We are scared of horses. And we are not exposed to horses. And for me, that barrier has now excluded us from an entire economy, essentially. So inclusivity, number one, is getting us that exposure and getting us into the avenues and participating in the sports that we wouldn't usually be participants in because we are scared of horses. So it's developing players and creating projects that myself and Craig are very passionate about, developing skills and developing not only polo players, but you could be someone who is passionate about looking after animals. You look after the horses. There are avenues where you are good at, ukuthunga, you can sew things, you can create the boots, you can create the saddles, you can create the mallets. So there's a big value chain, not only in the being on the field arena, that we want South Africans to participate in. Given the standing of our current economic situation, we are saying we are introducing you to another avenue that you would not usually have associated with us. And once we pass the barrier of it's a massive horse, what else can we do in the arena of the equine industry? And that is from a grassroots level how we are introducing inclusivity and developing excellence within the ranks of our polo teams that are personally being trained by Craig. He's an ex-Springbok, and the passion is that we now impart something that we usually wouldn't be participants in onto the next generation. Craig has trained Kayo in COVID, who now is competing against Argentina, competing against the UK, and he's teaching my son how to play. And it's we often think of rugby and soccer obviously as mass sports, but it's not the only sport. And I think when you get to a level of excellence, like the barriers to international competitiveness is actually a shorter time frame through polo. Our next champion could be sitting in Soshanguve. Our next champion could be sitting in a rural area, but we haven't exposed them. So this is what myself and Craig are very passionate about, is getting across that hurdle, number one, and introducing horses into the previously disadvantaged communities and instilling programs within those communities that essentially benefit the community. And we are looking for our next champions because between myself and Craig, we have a very, very, very big goal, and you'll hear it first. We will be hosting the 2030 first International Polo World Cup here on South African soil. And we want to develop those players and those teams that will be competing on that arena, on that platform.
Amazing. Congratulations on that, Nicole, and to you, Craig. Let's talk about how people can get involved and get their tickets. I know that beyond the competition, fashion is also going to be a massive feature and a highlight on the day. But how can we get involved? Where can we get the tickets?
Yes, please get involved. Okay, number one, go to Aula. So our IG page is City Polo South Africa. So go to Instagram and you'll see all of our gorgeous pictures. But at the bottom of those pictures is a link where you can book your spot on Howler. So Howler, you can search the Titan Cup, and this is an event that we are positioning for the family to come out and enjoy, because we are introducing the real culture of polo, where it's not about wearing all the glitter and gold and the shiny things. No, it doesn't scream. It's understated. It's elegant. It is well tailored. It is easy breezy. So it's a very far departure from what we'd usually see rocking up at that those Durban things that happen. So and this is also why we have made sure that our packages and our tickets, you will find them once again, Howler, Titan Cup, or on our Instagram page, City Polo South Africa, where you can grab a ticket for not only yourself, it can be a group of your friends, your family, to come and enjoy a beautiful day out in the sun, guys. It's a family-friendly event.
Wow.
It's not, we are not trying to introduce a massive party, because polo essentially is not that.
100%.
And this is why we are. And this is why we are introducing it the right way. We are telling the right story. And essentially, we are introducing ourselves, our communities, and beyond our communities, the continent, into our polo family, and doing it the right way.
Okay. Nikki, thank you. You have wonderful energy, and we appreciate the passion that you're putting into this event, Africa Cup 2025, taking place on Sunday, the 19th of October at Inanda Polo Club. Thank you so much for the time, and best wishes for the event.
Thank you. I hope to see you guys there. And Africa, come and witness the Clash of the Titans. Come. You're all invited.
Thank you very much. That was Nikki, or Nicole Lee Watson, Head of Marketing and Communications at City Polo. So from polo to other sporting codes, we cross straight to the sports desk. Lekhuleni has got the latest for us.
Get the news.